Hello everybody, welcome back to another video to Sean Mirage Tracking. I hope you're having a very good day so far. I am too. In this video guys, we're going to be tracking a moderate risk with severe weather for parts of Ohio Valley that will bring significant tornadoes, damaging winds, and even large hail. So if you like these detailed videos that we do on my channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss another upload. So let's zoom right into the video. So you can see guys, storms are already starting to fire from back towards Arkansas and Missouri guys. Storms just now again kicking in. So we did have some severe storms earlier today with parts of western Kentucky and Tennessee, but that's allowed to respond, but more storms are going to fire up, and this is going to be the main event of the severe event. So you can see, thanks for this storm system right here, that's what's going to cause a severe event. And we're also down along with that guys, we do got another storm system after this one too, but I will have it in my next video. So, yeah. So now let's get right into the storm prediction center because we do got a moderate risk of severe weather. So anywhere in that yellow you got a slight risk, anywhere in that orange you got a enhanced risk, anywhere in that red you got a moderate risk. So the moderate risk stands from Louisville, Kentucky, Ennisville, Kentucky, not Evansville. I think it's in Indiana. Yeah, it's more like in Indiana, Evansville, Indiana, or Kentucky. Either one. St. Louis, Jefferson, Louisville, Bowling Green, and even parts of northern Tennessee guys joining the guns for a moderate risk of severe weather. Yes, like a 4 out of 5 chance of severe weather. And enhanced risk: Jackson, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Springfield. You're under that enhanced risk. And even Charleston, West Virginia, you get in that enhanced risk. It means you got a 3 out of 5 chance of seeing severe weather. Anything in there like that yellow guys, you got a slightly risk. So Dallas, Texas, Little Rock, even parts of Richmond, West Virginia Beach, Washington, anywhere in that yellow, Petersburg. You're in that, yeah. Not Petersburg, is that Pittsburgh? Yeah, not Petersburg, Pittsburgh. Okay, pronounced that wrong. Sorry about that. So, even parts of Chicago, even parts of Chicago, Cleveland, you're in a sighting risk. So, the moderate risk, guys, is for parts of western Kentucky, Tennessee, even central Kentucky, southern Indiana, and Illinois during that moderate risk. Tornado threat, yes, there's a 15% hatch risk. There's a 15% risk, 50% hatch risk for tornadoes. Yes, guys, please stay alert for this tornado threat, guys. This could be a potential tornado outbreak. And why I don't got my storm prediction slide on, like y'all probably can't see that. So you can see tornado outbreaks for parts of Tennessee, western Kentucky, central Kentucky, guys. You got 50% risk for tornadoes. And that yellow, guys, you got that 10% hatch risk of tornadoes. And that brown, you got that 5% risk of tornadoes. So that hatch risk means significant tornadoes. EF2s are higher. Now, let's try the wind threat. The wind threat is going to be high too, guys. You can see with parts of western Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio. You got 45% risk of seeing damaging winds 55 knots or higher. In that purple area. And along with that, in that red area, you got a 30% chance of seeing winds 55 knots or higher. In that yellow area, you got 15% risk. Not 15% risk, but in that red, you got a 30% risk of seeing winds 55 knots higher. In that yellow, you got a 50% risk of seeing winds 55 knots or higher. Hail threat, yes, this did get updated recently an hour ago, so now we got a 45% chance of seeing hail 1 inch or bigger. So please stay tuned for that. So in that yellow area, you got a 15% risk of seeing hail 1 inch or bigger. In that red area, you got a 15% risk of seeing a 30% risk of seeing hail 1 inch or bigger. In that purple area, you got a 45% risk of seeing hail 1 inch or bigger. And a hatch risk, you got a 10% risk, 10% hatch risk over that for significant hail 2 inch or bigger. Now let's get into the radar. First, we're going to time everything out what the world's going to like when these storms make its way through. So by the time we're going to start with 3 o'clock, because by the time this video gets up, it's going to be like, depending how long this video is going to be, it's probably going to be like around, I'm going to say, I mean, I gotta edit this video, so it's gonna take around. I'll say it be up around 3 o'clock. So we're gonna start at 4 o'clock. So 4 o'clock, guys, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Then you start getting going around 3 o'clock. But 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Final location, guys. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So you can see, and I don't got my slide on, so this is what the warehouse gonna look like, guys. So by the time we get towards 7 o'clock is when things really start getting going. It's around 8 o'clock, guys. You can see very strong and severe storms working its way towards Indiana, Illinois, and West Kentucky, and even Central Kentucky, guys. And this, by the time we get towards 9 o'clock, guys, this system will probably turn to more of a damage and wind threat for parts of Eastern Kentucky, as a very strong line is gonna come through and cause some damage. Then by the time you're getting towards 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, your storms work its way towards West Virginia, and even parts of Western North Carolina. And it weakens by the time we're getting towards the early morning hours on Saturday. Now, we're going to start with the ingredients. The kinematics, wind energy, what's causing severe event. Thanks for this trough right here that will cause severe weather. The mid-level 500 millibar, the 500 millibar mid-level wind jet is very, very strong, anywhere from 85 to 95 knots. And that works its way through for parts of West Kentucky, very strong mid-level winds. Even parts of West Tennessee, very strong mid-level winds. So the mid-level jet is very, very strong. Low-level jet winds. Low-level jet winds are very, very strong, especially for parts of West Kentucky. Low-level jet winds anywhere from 45 to 50 knots. So the kinematics is up there. The thermodynamics, the cape and the moisture. The cape values, yes, are significant. Anywhere from 2,000, 3,000, even some isolate 4,000 joules per kilogram in the purple areas. So the cape out there is very, very, very high. Now dew points. Dew points on the high end, anywhere from the low 70s to mid 70s. So the dew points are definitely up there, guys. Now moisture, we do kind of lack it for parts of Indiana and Illinois, but still enough dew points to support severe weather. So the dew points are definitely up there. Now we're gonna look at this. Now the significant trend parameters. The darker the colors are, the darker the colors are, the more the darker the colors are, the more favorable the conditions are for tornadoes. So you can see, by the time we get towards around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, wait till we get into 8 o'clock, guys. Look at this. I mean, it can't get no more concerning than this. I mean, this is very, very concerning. I mean, the significant turn parameters is anywhere from 14 to 15. So the higher numbers are, the more favorable conditions are for tornadoes. Now, this is very concerning. Now, every time you see a track, guys, usually tracks are rotating tracks. So look at the updraft heuristic tracks. I mean, boys, a lot of rotating tracks, guys. So please be on the lookout if you live in parts of Western Kentucky, Tennessee, even parts of Western Tennessee, Indiana, Illinois, and even parts of Missouri and Arkansas. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. Peace.